Imagine a camera that doesn't just take pictures but reshapes what photography means. A camera that listens to the pulse of innovation and responds with thunder. That's the Canon EOS R9, not just another entry in Canon's legendary mirrorless line, but a defiant declaration that creativity still has no limits. As whispers turn into anticipation and anticipation into obsession, the R9 emerges not as a successor, but as a new beginning. The rumors are true and the excitement is justified. This is Canon's vision of the future, crystallized in metal, glass, and algorithms so advanced they feel alive. At its heart beats a new 32.5 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor, a refined evolution of what we've seen in the R7, yet transformed by Canon's next-generation Digic X2 processor, rumored to deliver cleaner images, richer tonal gradations, and performance that defies the boundaries of crop sensor cameras. The numbers only tell part of the story. What really matters is what this sensor sees. It's not just light anymore, it's information, emotion, narrative. Every photon captured by the R9 feels sculpted, every frame sings with fidelity. Shadows aren't just dark, they're dimensional. Highlights don't just glow, they breathe. And when that expanded ISO range stretches to new limits, you're not shooting in low light. You're painting with it. Imagine a midnight skyline rendered in impossible clarity, or the amber flicker of candlelight captured with soul. The Canon R9 promises that, a revolution in realism that feels almost surreal. But where Canon truly flexes its muscle is in video. 8K resolution, 30 frames per second on an APS-C body. Let that sink in for a moment. 4 times the detail of 4K, in a frame so sharp it redefines cinematic realism. Each pixel holds depth, each scene a story waiting to unfold. For filmmakers, vloggers, and visual storytellers, this isn't a spec sheet. It's liberation. Imagine filming in 8K and cropping, stabilizing, reframing, and still maintaining crystal clarity. For slow-motion enthusiasts, 4K 120 FPS brings buttery smooth motion that makes even the simplest gestures feel operatic. A raindrop falling, a dancer spinning, a car racing through the night, every movement captured with poetic precision. Canon is no stranger to cinematic storytelling, but the R9 seems determined to democratize the cinema camera experience. It's compact, agile, intelligent, a filmmaker's ally, and a traveler's dream. Then comes Autofocus, Canon's crown jewel. The EOS R9 is rumored to take dual-pixel CMOS AF2 to uncharted territory with deep learning AI recognition, not just detecting eyes or faces, but understanding them. It can distinguish a cat from a dog, a car from a cyclist, a bird mid-flight from the tree it just left. It doesn't just see movement, it predicts it. You half-press the shutter and the R9 has already made the decision before you consciously do. That's the kind of symbiosis Canon is building. For creators who chase motion, wildlife photographers, sports shooters, street documentarians, this is a game changer. Even under dim streetlights or harsh backlight, it finds your subject with unshakable confidence. Focus drifts? Not with the R9. The camera locks on like instinct, like it knows your intention before you act. And then there's stabilization. Refined 5-axis in-body image stabilization that feels almost supernatural. You can walk, run, climb, and still capture cinematic motion without the bulk of a gimbal. The camera compensates in real time, analyzing thousands of movements per second, counterbalancing the tremor of a heartbeat. It doesn't just correct your movement. It flows with you. Imagine wandering through a bustling market, your lens weaving through the color and chaos, and your footage emerging silky and stable, every detail intact. That's not marketing. That's Canon engineering magic, refined over decades and distilled into a body lighter than you'd expect. Durability is another arena where the R9 refuses to compromise. Canon is reportedly bringing full weather sealing, surpassing even the rugged R7. Whether it's a sandstorm in Dubai, snow in Iceland, or tropical rain in Bali, the R9 stands firm. Built from high-grade magnesium alloy, it's not just a camera, it's a companion for explorers. You can feel the craftsmanship when you hold it, that perfect balance between solidity and comfort. The grip is redesigned, slightly deeper, sculpted for all-day comfort. The button placement feels instinctive, every dial exactly where your fingers expect it to be. Canon understands something few others do. The connection between photographer and camera isn't just about specs, it's about feel. Battery life, long the Achilles heel of mirrorless systems, has been given a serious upgrade. Canon's new LPE6X battery promises hours of shooting, even in 8K, Pair that with USB-C fast charging, and you're never out of power for long. Creators who film weddings, travel vlogs, or long events know how crucial this is. The R9 isn't just about innovation, it's about reliability. Then there's connectivity. Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2, blazing fast and stable. File transfers that once took minutes now happen in seconds. You can stream, share, or upload directly from the field. Imagine capturing breathtaking 8K footage in a mountain pass, then instantly sending clips to your editor halfway across the world. That's not science fiction anymore. And the inclusion of dual card slots, one SD UHS-2 and one CF Express, ensures you can handle the massive data loads 8K demands without compromise. Reliability, redundancy, and speed. Canon knows professionals can't afford to gamble with storage. But perhaps what makes the Canon R9 so enticing is its philosophy. It's not a camera built for specs alone. It's a device designed for creators who crave balance between performance and portability, power and elegance, technology and touch. The compact design means it slips easily into a backpack, ready for any adventure. Yet it carries within it the heart of a full-frame giant. That's the brilliance of Canon's APS-C line, small body, big vision. Now let's talk about what really ignites excitement, 8K in an APS-C sensor at a rumored $2,500 price tag. Let that sink in. A mid-tier price for specs that flirt with flagship performance. Competitors will scramble to catch up, but Canon's mastery of color science, autofocus, and lens ecosystem gives it a massive edge. With access to the entire RF lens lineup, from budget primes to cinema glass, the R9 doesn't just fit into your gear, it elevates it. For vloggers, the lightweight body paired with Canon's 10-18mm RF lens becomes a cinematic storytelling rig. For professionals, attach an RF 70-200mm f2.8 and you've got a wildlife powerhouse. Flexibility defines the R9, and the color science, Canon's legendary color. Skin tones that feel alive, blues that sing, reds that never bleed. Canon has always been the standard bearer for color accuracy, and the R9 continues that legacy. Paired with the new processor, it delivers color depth and dynamic range that rivals full-frame systems. The look straight out of camera is so cinematic that grading becomes optional. That's what professionals crave. A camera that gives you the freedom to focus on storytelling, not endless color correction. Of course, we can't ignore the 8K recording power and what it means for workflow. Professionals can shoot an 8K RAW 10-bit, giving unmatched flexibility in post-production. Reframe without losing detail. Punch in for close-ups from a wide master shot. Crop vertically for social media content, all from one take. It's not just future-proof. It's future-ready. Canon knows that content creation is evolving. TikTok, YouTube, Netflix, and cinema all demand different aspect ratios and resolutions. The R9 lets you master them all in one capture. But it's not only about creators, it's also about efficiency. Canon's deep learning integration ensures every frame, every shot, every focus pull happens with precision. The AI doesn't replace you. It amplifies you. It learns your habits, your style, your preferences. Soon, it knows you better than you know yourself. It's like having a co-pilot, an invisible assistant who anticipates your every move, leaving you free to focus on emotion and timing, the true essence of art. Now imagine the R9 in action, sunrise at the Himalayas. You lift the camera, compose, and shoot. The sun bursts through clouds. Golden light floods your lens. The image you get feels transcendent, alive. Or picture yourself filming a concert. Flashing lights, moving performers, roaring crowds. The R9 locks focus through chaos, tracks every face, keeps every note sharp and vivid. Or imagine a wedding photographer chasing fleeting moments. A tear, a smile, a dance. The R9 captures them effortlessly, silently, beautifully. And yet all this power remains intuitive. Canon hasn't forgotten the human behind the lens. The touchscreen interface is responsive and refined, with a menu layout that feels familiar yet modernized. Beginners can grow with it. Professionals can depend on it. The viewfinder, crisp, lag-free, immersive, feels like an extension of your vision. Every movement, every setting change reflects instantly. The Canon EOS R9, if the rumors prove true, represents more than just a camera release. It's the rebirth of Canon's APS-C mirrorless identity. It bridges the gap between the accessible and the aspirational. It's for the creator who doesn't just document life but defines it. It's for the filmmaker who dreams of cinematic perfection in a body small enough to fit in a sling bag. It's for the photographer who demands both mobility and mastery.